Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to do an Elliott wave analysis on KASPA's price chart on this specific area right in here, because as you can see, if you remember the last time that we talked about KASPA, I think we were right in here, and the idea was that we got this bounce back, especially this initial bounce, way too fast, and as a result of it, we did create a lot of gaps right in here. And since I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled, well, okay, we said maybe we should expect this move down to continue in order to fill this gap, and we may even go a bit slower in order to take the loss, but then we should expect a bounce. And we said on the grand scheme of things, this is absolutely insignificant, and let's be very much optimistic as long as we are not proven otherwise. Why? Because in KASPA, I think we are having a series of 1-2s. You see, in my view, this is most likely 5 wave up into a wave 1 to about this high, correction for wave 2, and after our move down is over, or who knows, maybe even it's over already, we are going to have a massive move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree is going to be into this wave 3, correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5. In this phase, basically you are going to see some very strong upward price action. So we said overall we are bullish, but in the short term, let's be a bit careful. And what happened? Definitely not what I said, and instead we got a good move on the upside. Now let's go on H1 time frame and do some Elliott waves analysis, and you can consider different counts in here, but here is my primary scenario. I think we are having from this high 5 down into 1, correction for 2, good move down into wave 3, probably I'm going to say to about this point a triangle into wave 4, and another move down into wave 5. Also, if I just zoom in, this is probably another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, and between them we are having, yes, I think this is going to be, excuse me, let's just take this object, where is it, there we go, a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag, and this is going to be probably an A running flat into wave B and another 5 wave on the upside into our C leg. And you can actually argue that from this high, maybe this is like, I don't know, maybe actually, yes, let's argue that this is, excuse me, from this point a 5 wave impulsive structure, excuse me, and before that we are having an A, ABC into B, ABC into C, ABC into D, and another move on the upside into our E leg. So this is basically a triangle structure. Prior to that, we are also able to find a 1, 2, 3 running flat into 4, another move down into wave 5. So on a higher degree, I'm trying to tell you, look, there is a chance that we have hit in KASPA our final low right in here, and on a higher degree, you're going to be able to argue that these are overall the subwaves for a WXY in form of a double zigzag. This is going to be ABC down into wave W, correction for wave X, and here is our second zigzag to about the lowest low into our wave Y, completing the subwaves for that correction into wave 2 that we talked about earlier. So as you can see, I am able to find all the right subwaves if I want to say we have hit our final bottom. But I think it is a little bit too soon to talk about those scenarios. Why is that? Let's go around here. You see, if you want to say that maybe we have hit our final low right around this area, I don't know, let's say this is like a very important support. Okay, absolutely fair. Show me off of the lowest low, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, in order for me to say, well, okay, you know what, at least we do have some optimistic signs suggesting this could be our final low. Now, this structure is called an impulsive movement. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And in terms of the subwaves, you know what's going on, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have many different scenarios. Let's say, sure, ABC into 4, and yeah, a WXY into wave 2. Now, why did I say earlier that if we get a 5 wave off of the lowest low, we can be sort of kind of optimistic, but we shouldn't be completely bullish? Because there is also a chance that you are going to have off of the lowest low 5 wave. However, at the same time, that might be the end of a correction structure. In this case, probably an ABC flat, which looks like this. This is our initial move up into a correction for wave B, which in it we are going to take this initial low. In other words, this is going to be the lowest low in the short term, and then, yeah, absolutely fine, 5 wave up into our C leg. Now, if during this process, we are going to take the height of our A leg. This is called an ABC expanded flat. If we are not going to take it, this is called a running flat, no problem at all. Nonetheless, the subwaves are absolutely the same. ABC into A, ABC into B, and yep, a 5 wave on the upside into our ceiling. Now, let's go on the live chart and see what is going on. Okay, so you see, we said this is ABC, this is ABC down, and well, if this is even going to be a 5 wave on the upside, at that point, you may end up having only and only the subwaves for an ABC flat, meaning what? We can expect another good move down into our wave X in order to even take the lowest low all the way down here. So this, my friends, is why I think right now, despite the fact that KASPA is going up beautifully, be a bit patient and careful. And here is my final point. Guess what? I think in the short term, our move up is going to continue. Why? Because in my view, this is going to be, excuse me, an A, B, C, and from the lows, this can be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, and probably we are having, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up in here as well. But guess what? These are only 2 sets of 5 waves, meaning what? Even if you want to say this is an ABC flat, which into our C leg we should have a 5 wave, we are only having a 1, 2, 3, and where is wave 4 and 5? The answer is there's like a good chance we don't have it yet. So let's expect a choppy move on the downside into wave 4, but then at least another good move up into our wave 5. So in the short term, this move is going to continue. Overall, seems like we are on track for having an impulse off of the lowest low, which is a great sign, but right around the highs, let's not be overwhelmingly bullish. Let's just wait for a pullback, and then we are going to check out the shape of that pullback and see what is happening. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in KASPA. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.